Alright, I have less than 10 minutes to get ready before my friend gets here. Let's see if I can get my thoughts out of my brain as quickly as possible. Good morning, y'all. It's Timidity. It would be a good morning, except for some reason in the middle of fucking July, it is an ice cold, freezing, humid, foggy day. And it is like 2:30. Bitch, it's summer. I spent most of this summer laying on my floor, and surprise, surprise, now, suddenly, right as I'm getting the energy to go out and seize the day and do things, it's starting to get freezing fucking cold. Another surprise that was freezing fucking cold, my shower water, because my busted ass slumlord got a shitty water heater sometime within like this year or last winter. I don't know. Time is a thick jelly to me when I'm fucking poor and depressed. Every day's the same and it feels like they just never fucking end. But I will say this, my slumlord got a fucking water heater, and I remember one of the benefits of this place when I moved in was it may be a shithole, but they have some great water pressure and really nice scalding hot water. I love it. They changed the water heater for no fucking reason. Guess what? The water pressure got pathetically low, and now it's pathetically cold. Nothing like trying to get ready after being depressed and sweaty in your own filth for like honestly like only a day or so. And then you try to rejuvenate before you meet up with your homie who's going to take you out to get lunch. Very sweet guy, even though he has his flaws. And you have to take a freezing cold shower. This is relevant to my dating. I have one of those weird lives where it's like, one second you'll see me talking about how a guy got me an opal and diamond necklace on like the second date, or before even the second date. And then next thing you know, you'll see me posting my mutual aid and how bad I'm suffering and how I can't even afford like a meal for the evening or DoorDash or whatever the fuck in my life. It's tiresome. Trust me, I wish I wasn't in that position either. But I'll put it this way, we live in a society where men's egos, for some reason, they really like the idea of like, ooh, I have a bad bitch that I can buy luxury items and spend money on that. Like, no problem. Food in the moment, no problem. But if it's actually like, hey, prove that you actually give a fuck about me by providing something in my life that I actually need, like, you know, my hair done, or like hygiene supplies or utilities or like groceries even, then suddenly it's like, ooh, like they feel like weird about it. So it'll be just so annoying meeting men where it's like, if you ask for $1,000 back, they'll get it. If you ask for $1,000 for rent, they don't like it because their ego wants a woman who's naturally put together and they feel like they have to work really hard for her attention and that they have to fight, fight, fight just to even be worth a single semblance of anything around her. And it's so fucking tiresome. So it's like I have a lot of nice jewelry. Some real. Well, all real. There's no such thing as fake jewelry. But simply put, I can look amazing head to toe and like the most expensive woman on earth. I can turn hits like crazy and still go home and not know what my meal is going to be for the next day. Or if my shower is going to be hot or is it going to be fucking cold. I still will have to show up with a begging bowl. I don't appreciate that. I'm working on it. What's sick is that you kind of have to swindle men sometimes. You have to say like, oh, hey, can you get me a beautiful tennis necklace made of diamonds? And they'll give you the money whole time you already have a necklace. And then you just use the money for like whatever the fuck you need at home. If you want to. Now, have I done that personally? Not in that specific scenario. No, I'm pretty upfront about what I ask for, but still. I met a guy recently, I talked about it. The guy I had the spa date with, as much as I appreciated his company, I'll put it this way, he's the type of guy where he kind of bragged to me about how he was debating on getting a Rolex. And I thought to myself, I don't know how much a Rolex costs, and I don't know if this dude is going to get a real one or just get a fake one and pawn it off as real so that he could get some pussy and impress ladies more. It doesn't really impress ladies, it just brings gold diggers, by the way. But, you know, men like that would happily pay for pussy, what can I say? All I can say is he had fucking a lot of insecurities and issues. But I will say this, eventually in talking to him, the topic eventually turned to like a lot of other stuff, like, you know, him complaining about how his job is really just him waiting for like 2 single email replies and then his workday is done. And it's one of those things where it's like people joke about it, but that really is his life, and he gets paid a shit ton of money. He was bragging to me, but he was depressed about it, and I do feel for him about how he went on a hotel trip to like look extra good, but how someone robbed his hotel, so they stole like $7,000 worth of clothes and jewels and stuff he had to look good. He will tell me all sorts of stuff to impress me about all the. Damn it, my fluid water spilled. He will tell me all about like the fucking opal specimens he has in his apartment, the size of like his fucking skull. He'll tell me about how his cool cushy tech job gives him like free food and a fucking sauna and an in-home gym and personal trainers and all this shit. And it's such an interesting thing. But I have to say, it makes me kind of feel like the movie Parasite. Because it's like I could go out with this guy and have an amazing time, but then the second I get home, back to like, oh, look, flies everywhere. And I can't even afford like a bottle of Raid, or I probably do have some in here, but it's like, deep down I know I can't get another one if I can't find the one in here. I will still come home to free, like, I'll put it this way, imagine you go out on a spa date and a guy gets you opal and diamond earrings. And you have the most amazing time with him. He gets you like dinner that evening. You cuddle up in the cushy hotel with the heaters and the comfy, cushy pillows like heaven, and you fuck like animals. You go enjoy the sauna, the spa, this, and that. You have a great time. And then eventually, after everything is said and done, like the next morning after, you're feeling nervous about going back home or back to reality after such a nice distraction, and then he surprisingly wants to keep hanging out with you, so you body double with him in a nice little Arabic cafe. He gets you like baklava and chicken turnover and anything you want for breakfast, and you just enjoy his presence, and you start to feel like what it would be like to be a healthy person who had like consistency in their life, like consistent food and good company and all that. And then you go back. You go back to there being fruit flies everywhere, and your shitty housemate that leaves the drain clogged with their fucking Nair pubic hairs. Somehow they're getting laid. They shower like once a week. Somehow they're getting laid. What the fuck? Ew. And then you just have to come back to freezing cold showers, to not knowing what you're gonna wear every day because you can't afford to do laundry, to wondering if you can afford to take out your braids despite how shitty they're getting or not, and the headaches they're causing you, because if you take them back, then you're gonna have to deal with the maintenance of your hair alone and with your freezing cold water, and then you're gonna get sick because you can't wash your hair in cold water, and your afro also holds the cold water because your hair texture and type doesn't lose water easily, so you'll just have a wet head of hair that looks like shit for hours, and then you're going to lose out on all the men who are wealthy and want to take you out on dates because they think of you as the sexy high-end woman with the beautiful jewels on her neck and her ears and the classy dresses and the heels, looking good head to toe. It's easy to look good and to pretend to be good, but are you actually good? And I can toss on a wig on these fuck-ass braids and pretend that I am the most elegant, classy woman to ever exist, and that I have no flaw at all. I've never even heard of a bus before. Deep down, I can't even afford the bus. It makes you, and then also I'll put it this way, I looked up how much Rolex costs. Allegedly $48,000. The opal and diamond earrings I got were beautiful, but let's just say they could have been a lot. I could have asked for a lot more expensive, and a part of me in my brain, I don't know, we were in this jewelry store together, and I had a beautiful, gorgeous ring on my hand, and it was $1,000. I could have easily asked for it, but between self-worth issues, or believe it or not, I love myself, but I'm still just getting in the habit of like, okay, my rejection-sensitive dysphoria doesn't need a man looking me in the face with enough money to buy a Rolex and telling me that I'm not worth $1K on a single fucking stupid ring. And even then I thought to myself, if I had $1K, I would not want it spent on a single fucking stupid ring. I remember when I was dating that guy a few months back, and that German guy, and he gave me $1,000 a month, multiple times. Yeah, actually, no, he gave me $1,000 plus extra cash on top of that. just to date him, just to hang out with him, get lunch with him, all that. And I remember how happy I was. I could finally afford to get my hair done, eat every fucking day. He would even give me money every day just to eat, just to be sweet and thoughtful. If I were going somewhere, he'd offer to give me a ride, catch an Uber, anything I needed. If I mentioned liking a piece of jewelry, he'd offer to buy it for me. And that was really great, and I felt myself getting better until he decided on one random day to just give up. And he didn't have the nerve to just tell me things were ending. He just made up an excuse. I have to go, so I'll have to rush up this video, even though I could easily talk for another 20 minutes on this, but I'll say it like this. I don't like rich people. I have to tolerate them, and ironically, I'll meet people who have money and they'll have insecurities and things about them that they don't like, and I'll feel so fucking annoyed. Because deep down, I'll know it's like, this is somebody who doesn't realize how good they have it. It's some nigga who can afford to damn near buy my whole fucking life. Not on some slavery shit, but if he wanted to. Complaining about like, oh no, my hairline's receding by like 2 single inches, or like, no, like 2 centimeters. I'm so ugly. Sorry that my body has hair on it. Sorry that I turn pink when the shower is hot. Who gives a fuck? I have so much worse issues than you. Fuck you. And what's sick about it is that I have to figure out a perfect balance of hating rich people but tolerating them and liking them and loving them. Because I'll meet people who have money who are so cool, but anytime I've genuinely fallen for them or saw them as human, that's been my mistake. I have to remember these are people who would spend money that could make a fucking charity or an organization or a business or help save the lives of many other people, and they would choose to not do it if it meant they could have a watch that would make them look slightly more attractive to bitches. I don't know. There's a lot of resentment towards the rich, and it's all for very good reason. But I know that for the sake of my survival, whether it's sex work or dating or more, I have to lock in. I can't be out here being upset that it's like, I get why I'd be upset. It's like, okay, I had an amazing time with this dude and I have to get back to my shithole life, and he was a nice dude. So of course it's like, hey, you want to talk to him more because he was genuinely cool, to see if you could keep the good times rolling, right? Sadly, psychology books tell me that's the wrong fucking thing to do. You will just push away a man and bother him. And allegedly, from the dating and psychology books I've read, the best thing you can do to a man is make him feel useless, make him feel unimportant, make him feel inferior, make him feel really good enough to like outdo these, and then also be aloof, and like tons of other math. So it's like men like it when you hate them, and it's like a complex game where I just know that my life is in it. Because do I want to go another fucking year where I can just say like, oh yeah, I dated a rich dude and all I got out of it was some shitty jewelry from Bloomingdale's or Etsy? Or like, do I want to spend another fucking year in this shitty ass apartment losing my mind? Or do I think I can lock in? Do you think I can raise my voice and perfect my pitch to go, oh look, $1,000 ring, can you get it for me? And whether that nigga ghosts me after we fuck or hook up or after a date or not, it doesn't matter. I have the fucking ring. And then if he doesn't see me again, I can fucking sell it and buy shit for my hair or my body. Or even, like, I'm just saying, let's just say I'm trying to figure out how to play this sick fucking game, because I don't want another year to pass where next thing you know, like, summer's gonna end in like a month or so. I wanted to have a hot, sexy, fun summer. Did I? Not exactly. Or yes, but let's just say the men around here could have done better. But I'll put it like this. Today was a good glimpse about what can happen, where if I don't lock in and learn how to regulate my emotions and maybe be more manipulative and evil, but still loving, and if I don't get more precise on like, this is what I want, this is the game plan on how to get there, and this is what I need to do for the first step, and I lock the fuck in. If I don't do that, then a day like today with freezing cold water and shitty fucking sweaters with no jacket, I don't even have a winter jacket that I think I can wear for today. Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna have to wear sandals even though I have busted feet right now. And no fucking, I don't have a hat, I don't have socks, I don't have shoes for this type of weather. So I need to lock in, because I don't want it to be winter time where it's just another time of me laying on my shitty fucking floor with my weak ass blanket that's no longer soft and my limp pillows that hurt my fucking neck, no food in the fridge, freezing every day, miserable every day. I need to lock in so that by this time around I can have 6 niggas taking me wherever the fuck I want, feeding me whatever I want, and be at Lake Tahoe. I need to lock in. And I also want someone who can care about me but can also provide me enough where I can also be on their level. I don't want another year of just being used. I suck cock way too good. I care way too much. I love too hard. Maybe I do love too hard and that disgusts me, but I'm just saying. I want to love hard for the right person. And I don't want it to just be like some nigga who's like, yeah, I'll pay your utilities once. Or, oh, maybe I'll get you some socks or a jacket or that video game. I want the type of nigga where it's just like they have enough sense where they can use their money to change the planet, or at the very least change my life efficiently. So it's like I want the type of man who is ideally smart enough where it's like, all right, like they don't have to buy me a bag of Louis Vuitton per se, but if I asked for $1,000, they'd still give it. That's what I like in a man. Anyway, wish me luck. Peace out.